Hi, so let's get this into present. So this is my draft for my presentation on Biscayne National Park. The problem is on restoration and preservation of the coral reef system, and this is aimed for the general public. The location of the park is in the United States. It is located in the state of Florida, basically in Miami. The geology of the park. The coral reef consists of 42 islands, which are the northern end of the Florida Keys. The Florida Keys are a coral cay archipelago. I hope I said that probably not right. It consists of many coral reefs that are not completely developed, which is why it is a good place to go to observe coral. Biscayne is a part of the coastal plain physiographic province, which is the flattest province that stretches over 2,200 miles, from Cape Cod to the Mexican border. And the photo is just of the Florida Keys. I don't believe it is all of Florida Keys because it stretches for so long, but just an example of what it looks like. The primary ecosystems. So it consists of 4 ecosystems. The first one is a fringe of mangrove forest along the main shoreline. The second one is the southern expanse of the Biscayne Bay. The third one is the northernmost Florida Keys. And the fourth is a portion of the third largest coral reef in the world. So the first one is the Biscayne Bay, which is a shallow estuary where fresh and saltwater mixes. Seagrass in the bay is home to many marine animals, and 70% of the world's most important marine wildlife live in the Biscayne Bay, such as shellfish, which spent its early development in the Biscayne Bay. And then the photo just shows the Biscayne Bay, and you can see here there is a lot of people who live very close to it, so that's not good for a lot of the development there. The second one is coral reefs, which provides a home for many creatures and a food source for crabs, shrimps, and many more. There is about 200 species of fish in the coral reefs, and it is active all day and night. The third is Florida Keys, which is a chain of islands. Its main vegetation are salt-tolerant plants, but if you move away from the salt water, there will be tropical trees, which are only native in southern Florida. There are also many mosquitoes, dragonflies, snakes, raccoons, and other animals that live here. The mangrove. So mangroves are highly productive plants, and they are only in Biscayne and nowhere else in the United States because they need a very warm climate, which obviously Florida has because it's very hot. 1 acre of mangrove trees can produce 1 to 2 tons of leaves per year, which become food for the marine animals. So it happens when the leaves fall off and they will fall into the water, and then the marine animals will just come and eat them up. And it's a good food source for them. So the problem is overfishing, destructive use, and pollution. So this isn't completely done yet because this is of course the draft. But there consists of 4,000 coral reefs, which cover half of the park itself. They need to have polyps, which are tiny marine organisms that skeletons make up coral reefs. So they basically, their skeletons are made up of calcium, and it's on the outside of them. And when they die, their skeletons become part of the coral, and it starts to build up. But to remain healthy, they need to have polyps to remain healthy, but polyps need clean water, sunlight, and nutrients to survive. So if pollution continues to happen, they won't have clean water and probably not many nutrients, so coral reefs could stop growing, which would be really bad for the fish species that live there. So Biscayne is right next to one of America's largest urban centers, Miami, which leads to many boats running into coral heads and their anchors destroying them. And also in storms, when they can't control their ships very well, they also hit the coral reefs, and it can make so much damage that they can't even repair the reefs. And then also skin divers come and either steal the coral or damage it greatly. And then these are photos of the damage that has been happening. So the first one on the top left, or my left, is a crate that fell from a ship, which is just showing pollution and how things are always falling in the water and just polluting and animals living in it and stuff. I don't know what else to say about that. On this side, which is the top right side, that is a broken coral. It could have been done by a ship or someone messing around with the coral, but I'm pretty sure it's a ship because that's a big chunk. And then the bottom one, I thought it looked better before, but this is just showing you how all the coral right there has been plucked, and it's kind of like just the base right now. And then these are my resources for right now. So yeah, thank you.